welcome to Start Small, Achieve Big. Today's video is about Atomic Habits Part 5. In Part 4, I have discussed about the 4 laws of behavior change. If you haven't watched the Part 4 video yet, I will provide the link in the description below. You guys can check it out after watching the Part 5 video. And today's video is about Habit Scorecard. So without any further delay, let's get started. The Japanese railway system is regarded as one of the best in the world. If you ever find yourself riding a train in Tokyo, you'll notice that the conductors have a peculiar habit. As each operator runs the train, they proceed a ritual of pointing at different objects. This process is known as calling and pointing. It is a safety system designed to reduce mistakes. It seems silly, but it works incredibly well. Pointing and calling reduces errors by up to 80% and cuts down accidents by 30%. The MTA subway system in New York City adopted a modified version that is point only, and within 2 years of implementation, accidents of incorrectly bet subway fell 57%. Pointing and calling is so effective because it raises the level of awareness from a non-conscious habit to more conscious level. Because the train operators must use their eyes, hands, mouth and ears, they are more likely to notice problems before something goes wrong. The more conscious a behavior becomes, the less likely we are to consciously think about it. And we have done something 1,000 times before, we begin to overlook things. We assume that next time will be the best like the last. We are so used to doing that. We have always done that. We don't stop to question whether it's the right thing to do at all. Many of our failures in performance are largely attributable to a lack of self-awareness. One of our greatest challenge in changing habits is maintaining awareness of what we are actually doing. This helps explain why consequences of bad habits can sneak up on us. We need a point and call system for our personal life. That's the origin of scorecard, which is a simple exercise you can use to become more aware of yourself. To create your own, make a list of your daily habits. I have provided here. And once you have a full list, look at each behavior and ask yourself, is this a good habit or a bad habit or a neutral habit? If it's a good habit, then write plus next to it. If it's a bad habit, write minus next to it. If it's a neutral habit, write equals to. The marks you give to a particular habit will depend on your situation and your goals. For someone who is trying to lose weight, eating a bagel with peanut butter every morning might be a bad habit. But for someone who is trying to bulk up and add muscle, the same behavior might be a good habit. It all depends on what you are working towards. Scoring your habits can be a bit more complex for another reason as well. There are no good habits or bad habits. There are only effective habits, that is, effective at solving problems. Generally speaking, good habits will have net positive outcomes, bad habits have net negative outcomes. For example, smoking a cigarette may reduce stress right now, but it's not a healthy long-term behavior. If you are still having trouble determining how to rate a particular habit, you can ask yourself a question. Does this behavior help me become the type of person I wish to be? Or does this habit cast a vote for or against my desired identity? The habits that reinforce your desired identity are usually good. Habits that conflict with your desired identity are usually bad. As you create your habit scorecard, there's no need to change anything at first. The goal is to simply notice what is actually going on. Don't blame yourself for your faults and don't praise yourself for your success. If you eat a chocolate bar every morning, acknowledge it almost as if you were watching someone else. Oh, how interesting that they would do such a thing. If you eat, simply notice that you are eating more calories than you should. Also, if you waste time online, notice that you are spending your life in a way that you don't want to. Try pointing and calling in your own life. Say out loud the action that you are thinking of taking and what the outcome will be. If you want to cut back on your junk food habit but notice yourself grabbing another cookie, say aloud, I am about to eat this cookie, but I don't need it. Eating this will cause me to gain weight and hurt my health. Hearing bad habits spoken aloud makes the consequences seem more real. It adds weight to the action rather than letting yourself mindlessly slip into an old routine. This approach is useful even if you are simply trying to remember a task on your to do list. Just saying out loud, tomorrow I need to go to the bank after lunch, increases the odds that you will actually do it. You are getting yourself to acknowledge the reason for action, and that can make all the difference. The process of behavior change always starts with awareness. Strategies like pointing and calling out and the habit scorecard are focused on getting you to recognize your habits and acknowledge the cue that triggered them, which makes it possible to respond in a way that benefits you. So guys, this is all about this habit scorecard. In the next video, I will be coming with the best way to start a new habit. So please don't miss the next video, which is super important. If you really like my content, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.